welcome to another video by Scrapbook Centrale. Today is sort of a continuance of last week's video in which we made this double fold window card. We're going to make a custom envelope for it out of pattern paper as well as a cute matching gift box. First, let me show you the supplies you'll need for this tutorial. The Martha Stewart Score Board as well as the scoring tool, or if you prefer you can use your own bone folder, a paper trimmer, a pair of scissors, a corner rounder punch. Here I'm using the Crocodile Corner Chomper from We Are Memory Keepers, a decorative border punch, a roll of 1/4 inch thick score tape by Sue Quang, a liquid glue like the Tombow Mono Multi, some mini glue dots, and your favorite adhesive. One piece of the fancy dress pattern paper from Little Primrose collection by Kaisercraft that measures 10 by 10. One piece of the high tea pattern paper from the same collection that measures 2 1/4 by 6 inches. And this little girl die cut from the collectibles pack. 2 pieces of white cardstock measuring 7 inches by 7 inches. 1 piece of the fancy dress pattern paper that measures 3 inches by 3 inches. 4 pieces of the high tea pattern paper measuring 3 inches by 1 3/4 inches. 1 piece of the high tea pattern paper measuring 2 by 2. About 10 inches of silk ribbon to coordinate with the pattern paper. 13 inches of a ruffly white ribbon, as well as 10 little rosebud flowers like these. Before we begin, let me take you on a tour of the Martha Stewart Scoring Board. What sold me on this board is the fact that there are grooves at every 1/8 of an inch, making it easy to put together precise projects. There's a housing place for your score tool, and when you lift it, you'll see 2 tables inside. They give measurements for cards, the standard ones, as well as the gatefold cards. Additionally, you have all the measurements for boxes, and we'll use the 3x3x2 box for today. Now, if you look underneath the board, you'll find a pull-out guide that will allow you to make your own custom envelopes. Mine has extra measurements for other types of envelopes, and I will share those with you at the end of this video. Since we have this part out of the board, I'll show you how to use it to make our envelope first. Our card measures 5.5 by 5.5, so we'll make a 6-inch square envelope for it. I will put my guide right up against this upper right corner. There's a ridge underneath here, and it fits right into the first score groove of the board. Our guide tells us that we need a piece of 10 by 10 cardstock or paper to make our 6-inch envelope. So I will grab this pattern paper and I will align this corner at the junction of the triangle right here and the left side of my scoreboard. And I'll make sure that it's following this triangle all the way up. Using the score tool or your favorite bone folder, which I happen to have mine out right here, I will score at 3 3/4 inch. Then I will rotate my paper 90 degrees and again align the corner of my paper right at the junction here, making sure that the edge of my paper is following the triangle, and I will again score at 3 3/4 inches. And I'll repeat this on the 2 remaining sides. I need to remove these 4 little triangles that I have at the junction of my score marks. So I will go ahead and do that using my scissors. Now I have a piece that looks like this. We need to fold on the score lines. And remember, when you're folding a scored piece, the bump always goes inside of the fold. Because your paper might have shifted slightly when you were scoring, it's always best to, before gluing, gauge exactly which side you're going to glue down and which one will be your flap. So I've gone ahead and turned my piece around and found out that this was the best side. And what I'll do here is I will cut at a slant these two bottom pieces here, and I'll show you. This is so that my envelope folds properly. Otherwise, it might buckle at the bottom, and we don't want that. So as you can see here, I've slanted slightly those two bottom pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I will tack it down here just a little bit, and I'll be using my Tombow liquid glue. So there I have it, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece here. I'm going to put some glue just on the edge of this bottom flap here, and I will bring it up, hold it in place for just a little bit. All right, before I glued this down, what I should have done, I realize now, is that I should have rounded the edges here, but that's okay, I can still do it. I'm just going to use my scissors, and I'm just going to round off these edges because I think it makes for a better finish. I will do the same on the other side. Just a little bit, just to remove that hard point. And I'll also do the same right here. Like so. And then I'll use my corner chomper to round off the tip of my envelope. And I will use the 1.5 inch, I think. And there you go. We'll put our envelope to the side for now, and we're going to work on our decorative strip for the top of the envelope. So I have here my 2¼ by 6 inch piece of pattern paper, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of decorative edge with this sponge, like so. I'm sorry I forgot to record this part, but I just glued down my decorative strip, and now I'm going to add my little girl's die cut. Just put her there. This gives you enough room to put the name of the recipient. The Tombow Mono glue can be either permanent or removable. It is permanent if you glue 2 pieces of paper right away when the glue is still white, but if you apply the glue and let it dry clear, it'll become a removable adhesive. So what I'm going to do here, what I'm doing here is I'm spreading the glue using the larger tip to apply 2 strips of adhesive underneath the flap of my envelope. To sort of mimic an envelope that you would have bought. And I'll let this dry for now. And once it's clear, I can close the flap, and the person that receives the envelope can actually open it without tearing up the whole thing.